And now, the Android Basics segment. This is a segment where we discuss the things that power your device from behind the scenes. And now, here's this week's episode, Android Basics.
So let's kick it off with Android Basics. Do we need really color detections or no? Let's talk about it, guys.
So when we talk about color detection, we know how important it is for us, for blind people, right? Most especially, I'm looking at a pretty girl, you want to know, for example, I'm just kind of trying to look at AI and say, hey, tell me some of the colors that match. For example, if I have a green shirt, what pants would I need to go with that? Or, girls would have what shoes to go with and all of that. And so we have AI that, could tell us what would go with one color and all of that. And then how do you detect the color? With AI, we could do the color detection. For example, if you're using Gemini Live and you could turn on that video mode and ask it, hey, what color is this? For example, going through your wardrobe and all of that and find something that you need. Now, though, I know we do have color detection apps and all of that, and they're very, very important in the lives of blind people because you want to find out the color of something, you pull out that to find out that. But now that we have all these AI, the question is, do we really need color detection apps or not? I know we've talked about the cache apps, and then we saw the necessity of needing such an app. What do you say about that when it comes to color detection? Sally, let's get started with you.
Well, I'm basically making use of the AI. AI tools are really helpful, especially using ChatGPT and Gemini. That really helps a lot. So those old school color detection apps, especially designed for color detection, is no go for me because they tell you all the colors, like whatever they see, it's black or yellow or anything. Like you hear all the colors as the light changes or as you like navigate the phone in some other directions. So it's no go for me. So AI is doing a great job in this matters. What do you think?
Yeah, but to be honest, though, sometimes the light makes the color changes. Maybe what is looking like green, maybe light green, in a better lighting or something like of that nature. But so in other words, so what you are saying, though, that you particularly mainly use the AI now
Yeah,
to tell you
exactly.
what color you're looking at and all of that.
I'm starting the call with Gemini or ChatGPT. They really help a lot. They're mostly correct, like telling me the colors or matching the colors together, especially when when I need to go out and when there's nobody around. Fortunately, I will have someone to help me after this. But still, when you need to do some matching or when you need to do something about the colors, that really helps with AI.
Yeah, so you're not like me, maybe putting on a brown shirt with a green pants or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. No, but seriously, I think that these things are very helpful to us as blind people because you can match things to go right. I mean, even as a guy, even though I really don't care, but sometimes, if you're going to some important things, it makes sense to kind of have things that kind of go together. So I'm all for AI, telling me what matches and what doesn't match and all of that. Karen girl, how about you? I know you're a girl and all of that. You guys have more to worry about those things than we do because you got the makeup stuff, you got the shoes and all kinds of stuff. You girls, your life is tough. I'm kind of wondering, gosh, I'm thankful I'm not a girl because I don't have to worry about all that stuff. Talk to us about it, girl.
Well, even you guys should have colors matched, and you shouldn't wear green pants with brown t-shirts. For me, I have never relied on color detection apps because of the important thing, which is well, you don't know if the camera is pointing at the position that you want it to be pointing at. You don't know if you are really doing it right and pointing the camera, for example, at this T-shirt or at this part of the T-shirt. And usually you get a number of colors without even any relation between them. Like you don't know what color is for which and where is that color or the stuff. So usually I never gotten anything important. I have never gotten anything important from those color detection applications or features in the applications. And now with AI, things are different because the AI is able to analyze the image itself, the content. It's able to make a relation between the items in the image. It's able to give you a description, including the colors. And even if you want it to give you recommendations like what matches with what and stuff, you can do that. But even if you don't want to do this, it's still useful. Also, because it's able to see the actual image, I mean, to analyze the image itself, it will give you more accurate results. It will also, like typically, it should be able to get the relation between the color change and the light. So this makes the whole experience much better, and you can like trust it much more than the actual old traditional color detection apps. And well, I think that the AI is doing a good job. Well, with image descriptions, even if you are just checking something with TalkBack, with any other like Be My AI, Picklebot, whatever, usually it'll tell you what's the colors, like what's the color of this T-shirt, of this whatever. So it usually gives you the information that you need regarding the colors. So yeah, I think that in this, I'm personally with the AI available tools. And I think that right now I can rely on these, whereas before I wasn't able at all to rely on the color detection apps or features.
You mentioned something, Karen, which is very important. For example, if a shirt is multicolored or whatever, and then, I see the use of that AI because I could now, ask a follow-up question as to what pants would go with this particular shirt. And so it will always give you the correct one that matches that. So I see that importance of using that AI in there over the traditional color detection, because the traditional color detection, all it does is tell you whether this is a black, brown, or white shirt, or my green pants with a brown shirt or something of that nature. But it's not going to give you that advice and all of that. So it really does make sense to me. For me, I'm mainly like into solid colors, universal colors. Black will go just about with everything or whatever, So I try to make it easy for myself. And so I remember that about a month ago when we were doing my friend's funeral, and I had to do the eulogy. And, believe it or not, for some reason, I don't have a white long sleeve shirt in a long time. And so I jumped on Amazon and got me, a long sleeve white shirt and, with black pants. Of course, I had a bunch of those. And so it's just really interesting that, we have the access that we could find out what colors we have. And most especially, like I said, one could ask follow-up as to what would go with what, because a lot of blind people live by themselves. And so for me, I think it's a win-win situation that we have this AI to be able to help us in times like this. And most especially, I'm always looking out for you, my girls out there, because you guys, you need more of that stuff. You want to be all that pretty. You're not going to be like me, wearing a brown T-shirt with a green pants or whatever, mowing my grass out there, whatever, with some tattered shirt, all that stuff. But you girls, we want to see you out there pretty. So I think it's a great helper, even if you don't have someone helping you. I think the AI is a great help. Sally, you try to ask your girl to tell you what colors match, or you just particularly mainly rely on your
Well, like
Gemini or ChatGPT.
sometimes I ask her, but still mainly going with AI. And I'm asking like AI was picking this hat, and how do you think? She says it's good.
Nice. And
Yeah.
another good thing though is that we have another thing to help us, most especially, you could do a video call with a friend, a sighted friend, and they could help you. Maybe you could even use that in putting on makeup. Karen, have you done that? Maybe use I don't know, Google Meet or whatever other video calling app to have someone help you with makeup. I'm just kind of sitting here thinking of all kinds of possibilities.
Well, I usually don't need to go with video calls to get assistance because thank God I always have someone sighted around. So this makes things easier for me. So usually, even if I'm just asking about a color of something, or I usually go for the the sighted assistants that I have.
So the takeaway here is that Gemini, or rather AI, is good enough to tell us what we need when it comes to colors, but maybe like quick colors, maybe you have a piece of paper or whatever you want to find out the color of. If you have a color detection app, you could use that. But I mean, it all totally depends on the person in question, right? Because I think that with all of these things, maybe one may not need a dedicated color detection app. But, if you want a dedicated detection color app, then you could do that. But I think that for accuracy, I probably would be using more of an AI. And of course, people have their choices. But you guys let us know in the comments if you like the AI detection color, or if you prefer those traditional color detection apps.